Hello and welcome back to the next episode of the Aurora C Sharp Let's Play series. As you can see, we are currently at war. War with the aliens located in Vega. We are engaging them in Beta Pupis. We have further carrier groups on the way for defensive purposes, and we are preparing for this prolonged conflict. So far, the opening engagements have been bloody on both sides with significant casualties. We are engaging a fleet of 6 vessels, and we are attempting to deal with them. Due to a major flaw, unfortunately, with our carrier group, we have run out of fuel on our Bronte-class carrier. So we are waiting for the 3rd carrier strike group as well as the A-Lodge Supply 002 to come and relieve them immediately. Once relieved, they will be able to provide further support, and we will then be able to properly enact our attacks against the enemies. So I'm going to have you go to Captain Star, and I want you to go to if you want Signy. There we go. So I hope you guys are ready. Let's get right into it. Thanks for the support as well, guys. It's been really awesome. Continuing to work on a new series. Feel free to head over to the Discord if you're interested in that, and or message me if you want more information. Anyway, so we currently have the 10th Aardvark Strike Squadron heading back after firing ordnance towards the enemy. We also have the... Oh yeah, we had an issue with the reloading mechanisms. We have a Growler Block 3 as well as the Ontario Interceptor class heading back as well. Now the problem at the moment is that we've run out of... specifically, we've run out of actual... fuel on our carrier, and because we've run out of fuel on our carrier, that means it's going to be a lot harder to actually engage targets, so you must remain stationary for now. The Strike Squadron is continuing to head in that direction. We do not want that. Aardvark Strike Squadron, head straight towards the carrier. That is your priority. Move to location. That'll take you 3 hours. Growler Block 3 also needs to move back, otherwise it will be destroyed. Move back straight towards the carrier group. If they continue to come, we will keep unleashing ordnance until we've destroyed every last one of their vessels. Okay, they're starting to follow Aardvark. Now, we are faster with the Aardvarks, so we should be able to maintain distance. They're just able to close in now due to their... They're able to close in because of the direction in which we were actually heading. Ontario Interceptors are also heading back as well. If we can destroy some more of their vessels, we could actually begin to send those in to deal with the enemy. But that will obviously take some time. In a straight up close quarters engagement, we are not going to have a good time in actually engaging targets. So we need to be very cognizant of that fact. 10th Strike Squadron is continuing on its way. Growler Block 3 as well is heading over. And has arrived. And then the Aardvark Squadron should now be going over to land. Okay, we now have moved to the location. We're going to land all of our Aardvarks accordingly. As you can see, we are running out of fuel, though, which is causing us a little bit of a problem, I will admit. And there isn't much we can do to fix that. I should have brought a supply vessel with us. This was a mistake that I made. I should have brought a supply vessel so that we would be safe. Now, what am I doing? I don't want to join subfleet. I want to land all of these. Land as subfleet. Land as subfleet, and then we're landing all of our Aardvark strike squadrons onto the carrier strike group. There we go. Now we can wait a little bit. I'm going to wait here until we have further information. We can also send destroyers up if we nearly need to, but for now I'm going to wait. We're going to wait until further orders. Okay, there they are. They have decided that they would like to enter our well, not our territory, but our sensors. Aardvark strike squadrons are ready to fire. We're launching all of them, and we're going to go in for another ordnance strike on to the enemy. All strike squadrons have been launched. assigning that directly to making sure they're flying in formation behind the 10th Strike Squadron. That's the 11th, 13th, and 12th. Make sure they are doing that. Once they've joined the subfleet, we're going to move towards the enemy contact, and then we will open fire accordingly. We'll reach the enemy within an hour, which means that they will reach us within about an hour and 40 minutes, which is definitely concerning to think about. Okay, we are getting within range. We need to do a lot of damage. These need to hit well. Okay, we are within 25 million kilometers of range. No, we're not. We're in 43 million kilometers. There's a difference, apparently. Okay, are we within range now? We are within range. Are all weapons correctly assigned? 41, 42. They are. Open fire the fleet. Invalid target. What do you mean invalid target? 43 million kilometers. We're within range. There doesn't seem to be any issues. Oh, these are different ships. I see. Assign that to fleet. Assign that to fleet. Subfleet. Then we're going to go for the Baldwins, I think. Actually, then the funds seem to be more scary to me anyway. And 004, we'll assign that to subfleet. All ordnance is ready to go. And launching. Prepare to fire. And all missiles are now away. Successful launch. Return to the carrier. Prepare for impact. Now, the problem is that their speed is what really hurts us, is because we miss a lot of our missiles, so we need quite a quantity to actually be able to hit correctly. How did that go impact-wise? 24 nuclear detonation, 9 strength, 9 hits. Mainly hits into the armor, but we did manage to penetrate one of the vessels, and that is going to force that backwards. Well, not backwards, but it's going to force it to need repairs. It's retreating, which is a good thing, so at least we slowed one of them. Now, what do we actually have here for... First off, we need to land and then get these refueled, rearmed, and back out to begin an immediate fire. If we can get another strike out, then we could possibly damage them enough to finish them off with interceptors. That would be the hope anyway. On the side mothership, all landed correctly. Okay. Yeah, they're going to be within range relatively quickly. Okay, launch interceptors. We need to hold them off from the carrier. So I'm going to launch interceptors. I'm also going to launch... Well, not going to launch, but I'm going to send our Aegis class vessels to begin engaging the targets. That is going to be the priority here. So as soon as they close within significant distance, we are currently estimated range of 30 million kilometers away. How long until we can get another strike out? 6,000 seconds, so we're looking at probably a couple hours. And so we need to hold them off for that long. Okay. Oh, they're closing in, so we're going to wait until they close in within significant distance. Okay, they're now within range. I'm going to order for the destroyers. They will meet the enemies. Ordnance is ready to go. And we will meet them accordingly. Okay, here we go. I'm also going to send the interceptors straight forward. Because they will also be able to assist with this. This could go very wrong very, very, very fast. Yeah, move to location. Okay, they are continuing to close in. We cannot let them hit the carrier. That is priority for defensive purposes. Interceptors are moving forward to try and stop them. Now, we know that they have some kind of long-range weapons. That is something to consider. We took 224 hits. Penetrated. The Chivalrous is damaged and is unfortunately going to have to stop. New to location. Okay, the enemy is preparing to move towards us. Ontario's are also moving in. I'm going to move us backwards. I don't want you to move backwards. You're going to halt. Ontario's, we're going to move you backwards to the carrier strike group. Interceptors, you are going to surge forward and attempt to deal with them. Okay, looks like we outranged them in some regard, at least from what I can tell. What is range to target? 100,000 kilometers. Fire primary naval cannons. Yeah, within range. Yep, naval cannons. Fire on to the Baldwin. Yeah, fire on to the Reverend. Assign that to fleet. Open fire. Okay, Ontario interceptors, we're going to have you, fleets, you're going to follow this one. Okay, new energy contact, Chivalrous attacked. Yeah, I can see that. We need to fire back. Why are we not firing back our vessels? Open fire fleet, open fire fleet. We're going to halt on position. Okay, we attacked them. Ontario Bs were damaged. We fired back at them. Did we cause any penetrated hits? No, we did not. Armor still not doing enough damage. Okay, Ontario's, you can't just sit back here. The Chivalrous is still alive, by the way. They ignored that. 4th Ontario contacts head directly towards enemy. You need to kill that in the front, class at all costs. Assign to fleet. Open fire fleet. Go. We can also open fire our primary naval guns. Yeah, we can fire all of them. We should be able to anyway once we're within range. Okay, here we go. Okay, what the hell has happened? Okay, it has an active sensor target. We managed to get on top of them. We attacked in the front. We are doing damage. Yeah, it looks like it. No more damage was occurred to us. We're continuing to fire. Close within. What's the distance I would like to close within? 10,000 kilometers would allow us. While they focus on the interceptors, we can get in close and we can try and destroy them. Okay, move to location. I'm going to follow 10,000 kilometers. They're attempting to retreat. We attack in the front. Range shots. Chance to hit 15,000. Ontario's doing well. We are opening fire significantly. We took damage on one of our destroyers, but we are starting to penetrate through now. Target destroyed. One Reverend Mother is down. Fantastic news. Ontario interceptors need to keep the fire on though. Okay, fire towards the Nefunda now. Assign fleet. and tell your interceptors you need to continue your pursuit at all costs. Follow the Baldwin 003, and I want you to change it. Okay, how is fire going? We took armor hits, but we managed to penetrate through the fund there, which is fantastic news. Okay, we killed a Baldwin. That's fantastic. Ontario's, keep firing, keep firing. We're going to focus fire you now onto the next Baldwin class vessel. Assign that to fleet. You guys need to start focus firing on the Reverend Mother. Assign that to fleet. Okay, we took more armor hits on the Partridge, but we are starting to penetrate through. Damage is being caused. Partridge continuing to take more and more hits, but it looks like their weapons have been silenced in some regard. Okay, that's another Reverend. That's the Reverend Mother dead. We need to kill the other Baldwin as quickly as possible. Did the Partridge explode? No, Partridge was forced to back out. Open fire. You are opening fire. Need to open fire on 003. Assign that to fleet. You need to open fire on 004. Assign that to fleet. Okay, and we are now continuing to fire. Baldwin 003 hits. 12 more penetrating hits onto the Baldwin 003. Target destroyed on Baldwin 003. Does that mean that we destroyed both targets? No, it does not mean that. Okay, continue to hit them. They're attempting to flee significantly. Carrier strike group. Do not let them escape. You fire all weapons towards that. Assigned to fleet. Narwhals. Fleets, contacts, move directly towards the Baldwin attempting to flee us. And then fire at him. Assign to fleets. Okay, 6 energy impacts. The Interiors are continuing to try and keep the fire up. 24 more hits. Okay, we want to keep following. Contacts, Baldwin. Follow. 42 more hits. 80% chance to hit now. 5 penetrating hits. We're trying to penetrate through the armor now. Speed has slowed. Target destroyed. Okay. Well, that was a lot more close and personal than I really expected it to be. We lost 2 Ontarios, and we took damage to the Chivalrous and Partridge. How bad is that damage? Chivalrous, Partridge. I know the engines have been knocked out. Damage control, wow, that is significant. I'm surprised the Chivalrous isn't dead. Yeah, those 24 beams ripped through the hull, destroyed 13 of its guns, and also tore apart its main drive. What MSP do we have? We do have MSP available. We can begin to repair the main engine. You need to start repair immediately on the fusion drive. Almost all your guns were ripped apart, but you held up. You honorably held up. You stood the line. You were destroyers, and you protected the carrier at all costs. At the end of the day, Ontarios, of course, were lost here. That is unfortunate. I'm going to order the 4th, the rest of the destroyers that remain to pick up the life pods. Start with rescuing the survivors of the Ontario, and then you can move to rescue, quote unquote, the survivors of the Baldwin class vessels, and then the Reverend Mother. Ontario class interceptors have a new job, and that is we're going to be dealing with ourselves a little nuisance known to us as the Nefund. Now, what is our range? Range to target is going to be about 100 million kilometers. Ontario class vessels have a range of that. We only have about 50% of our fuel remaining, which means we have about 100 million kilometers on us. But I'm going to bring you guys back to the carrier strike group because we are in no position right now to chase an opponent. So if it was a little bit closer, I would go and chase and destroy, but that's not something that we can do here. But that was a successful engagement for us, even though our missiles proved somewhat ineffective. We are able to do pretty well with our interceptors. So we may want to do a switch focus into those interceptors in comparison with other kinds of vessels. We've already lost, what is that, 7? Yeah, we lost 7 interceptors so far out of all the Ontario class vessels, but they did their job proudly. They definitely did their job proudly. Carrier, why don't you why don't you destroyers start rescuing the survivors that like closest? So rescue the Baldwins, and then rescue that, rescue. Fuel at the moment is at 50%. We have a range of 10 billion kilometers. You guys are going 8,000 kilometers, so once you are done, we could actually chase that enemy vessel down, but the problem is it does still have access to... I'm not going to approach it because it does still have access to that strength 24, I'm pretty sure, weapon, that particle beam. It's also a particle lance as well because it hits straight through the armor, no pattern at all. So that means that they have access to particle lances, and particle lances are very, very scary to deal with. So we're just going to continue rescue operations now. We gain more information apparently on sensors. Not exactly the most important thing ever. Okay, well, we have successfully fought off the enemy vessels, but this is not looking the best for us. So now we've gotten the survivors back. Now, if we had the tractor beam, we could begin to deal with these. We are trying to repair them. I know that much. Yeah, repairs are trying to be made here. So I'm going to then send these guys back to the carrier strike group to join the first escort squadron. There we go. Okay, well, now we're just awaiting our reinforcements. I think we bloodied the nose of these forces here enough that they will back off. We are also reloading, so if anything comes through that jump point, we will be able to open fire with our missiles. But honestly, maybe I'm starting to think of a transition. Due to the nature of the war, the speed of our opponent's vessels, I'm thinking we need a transition into well, you know, interceptors that are just straight up, just using mass interceptor. Some kind of mass interceptor doctrine with, you know, imagine 72 interceptors on a single carrier. Like, we would be able to overwhelm enemy defenses and forces. And yes, we would take losses and it would be more riskier. But considering the current technological implications, it would be very, very, very useful to do something like that. Now, the Ontario C-class vessel is available right now. In fact, we can even boost its fuel up a little bit, so it gets a little bit more range compared to its predecessor. There we go. But I'm going to need to design the engine now, and to design the engine, we're going to need to... Was it the magnetic plasma engine that we were designing it with? No, it was the inertial fusion drive, right? So, power propulsion, we need to get that ion drive on the way. Another thing as well is the Normandies are going to need to be pressed into service harder than ever before. So we are going to begin to redesign, not redesign, but we're going to update the Normandy Block 2s to the Normandy Block 3s, as the Normandy class vessels will still stay in service accordingly. But the main priority is going to be to update the speed. So these is 5,000 tons. So we're going to now make a 5,000 ton engine. So 5,000 ton. And then we want 1.5 boost. 1.6. 3,200 EP is 400 more. 800, 600, 2,400. 1,827. So right now we're hitting like, okay, We need to increase our fuel usage quite significantly. What if we do what occurs if we do a, so that's 5,600. This would be 6,400. 1,632. So we need to increase that by 1,600. 1,600 to that would be 72. So 1.7, that would give us 68,000 kilometers per second. A 1.8, that would give us 72. So if we prototype that design, how much would that affect the fuel usage, though? I can imagine. So we're going to remove the main engines, and then we're going to institute our new engines. Another thing that I've noticed as well is I feel like we're lacking in armor. So maybe shields or some. We need better defensive capabilities. Is what I'm trying to say. So we had 2 of these engines. That gives us a speed of 5,000 kilometers per second, which is a big boost. Yeah, it's a 20% increase in total speed. Then with the rest, I am going to, first off, we're going to remove the ordnance. I'm going to remove the, actually I'm going to keep these. The Normandies will continue to use the Block 2s. Or the Block 3s, that is. Not the Block 2s. The Block 2s are way out of date. They're like incredibly out of date. It's the Aardvark Block 3s that I really want. The only other thing I do want to add is I want to add ECM, electronic countermeasures, just for assistance. The enemies have ECM 30 compared to our ECM, which is 20. And we've only just got it on a few of our vessels, which is definitely a little bit of a problem, I will admit. Then I'm going to add extra fuel to the design. Going to remove the fighter. There you go, 70,000 tons. That gives us a speed of 5,142 kilometers per second. So we're going to research, prototype, and design that engine as well. And there, yeah, that refit will definitely be quite useful in a lot of regards because we can speed up our Normandy vessels, which can then allow us to reach areas quicker. Now, how long until our carrier strike group is here? 28 days. Currently, they are heading to Lumen to head to Bernard Star to head to the system. So now I'm going to increment the days along here. Increment action. One sec, let me check in if you want Beta Pupas, which is where we were fighting. We've also still detected that vessel off in the distance, which is a little bit concerning, I will admit. It's still relatively slow. The Chivalrous and the Partridge are still damaged, so they can't really do much in terms of anything. Let's cease fire our fleets, though. I wonder, do we have available... We don't have missile launchers on these vessels. No, we do not have any missile launchers on these vessels. Do we have some magazines? Escort, frigate, destroyers, destroyer escorts, Aegis C-class. Yeah, we still have a magazine, even though we don't have any launchers, which is hilarious. So that's actually something I'm going to SM and remove really quick, because that is just a stupid mistake that should not happen. Oh yeah, just remove magazine, unlock new magazine, and that will then allow us to one thing that I am going to do then is I'm going to increase the armor, because that's something that's easy and won't break things. And we can also increase the fuel amount. There we go. So there's 6 layers of armor now instead of 5. Okay, 3-hour increments, 4th carrier strike complete orders originating. So now I'm just going to wait for repairs onto our Chivalrous class vessels. Hospitaler, Captain Star. So we're continuing to pick up enemies in Captain Star. So let's move to the other front of the war here. Yeah, so we have freighters and other vessels here. We also have military ships here with active sensor locks. How much longer until, realistically speaking, until our vessels arrive? It's going to be quite a bit of time, isn't it, until we get our naval ships ready. Do we have anything protecting Bernard's Star, by the way? We have the carrier group on the way, but fourth carrier group is in Beta Pupas. Third carrier group is in 55 Buddhas. It does have everything ready, and honestly, I may decide to bring this back because it is just completely ready to go with 270,000 tons. It even has boarding platoons ready. So I'm going to send you to Bernard Star. That'll take you 23 days. I'm going to send you to Ego to refuel resupply. We're going to remove you there for defensive purposes until we have further orders otherwise. Well, not until we have further orders, but until we know about the enemy otherwise. You need to actually, like, land. That'd be grand. And then how is our transport ships going? Refuel from Colony, unload on 61 Signy. Yeah, you're not going to be able to do that anymore. So you're going to go to EV Lacerte. You're going to unload all ground forces onto the colony. You guys are currently carrying service to orbit weapon battalions. So kind of important that they do okay. Let's hope we can get those engines fixed so we can get the ships back into line with our current ones. So I'm just going to do 8-hour increments until something happens. Okay, we had a 5-hour. Partridge Bonside has 0% fuel left. Chivalrous has run out of fuel. Yeah, because I think a lot of the fuel was destroyed, which is unfortunate to say the least. So now we go to Lumen, I think. If we go, yeah, we go to Lumen 16. Not Lumen 16 now, I guess Sol, as the fourth carrier strike group moves to assist. Yeah, or not the fourth, the first carrier strike group, the most proud of all the carrier strike groups, now moves to assist. We're going to do 3-hour increments here until we get to where we need to be going. We need to get this carrier strike group into combat as soon as possible and stem their tide. We don't want them to leave the system. Beta Pupus, we've detected new ship contact located. That means that they're coming for us. They've not forgotten. Okay. Oh, they're going to pincer us. Look, those seem to be troop transports, which we can destroy. There seems to be 2 escort vessels of some description, though. And then we have Baldwins and Dagger classes who are currently on that side. Okay. We're going to launch fighters then. They seem to have ignored. Not ignored, but they seem to have moved away. So those are troop transports. They are aiming to go to the other system to attack our ground forces located there. We need to stop them. So we're going to launch the 11th and the 12th, and I'm going to then have them not dock, but join the subfleet to the 11th. Okay, maybe we want to ceasefire that, bruv. There we go. Have we joined up as subfleet, please? Please tell me we have. Yes, we have. Are we within ordnance range? No, we are not within ordnance. Are we? Yes, we are within ordnance range. My bad. 11th, you're going to go after the shade out Mapes. Assign that to fleet. And then the 12th is going to go after the other one. Assign that to subfleet. Open fire fleet. ECM rating. They're within range, no problem whatsoever. Once those vessels are dead, we can then move in the interceptors to go and kill the troop transports. Missiles are away. Get straight back and docked onto the ship again. We need to reload and rearm. We only have a limited number of missiles, so we cannot waste any missiles we do contain or have. Okay. Now, they're moving a lot slower than normal because they're escorting large troop transports, which means that these should be a lot more effective in actually hitting targets. Okay, to 15 nuclear detonations. Chance to hit 18. It must be the ECM that's causing it. Okay, nuclear detonations, impacts, energy strength weapon, 1. Okay, We also have the Baldwins over here and dagger classes. Either way, we have issues. Okay, fine. Launch. What's the distance that they'll take? Okay, they're continuing to move towards us. Do we have any further information of any more vessels heading towards? Shade out. Reverend Mother Gaia's classes. There shouldn't be any more. Are there any more? Oh, for God's sake, please don't tell me we got more enemy vessels coming our way. How long will it take to reload to get full salvo? Ceasefire fleet. 10th's okay. What's about 12th? 12th? 300. Yeah, we're looking about a couple hours. 20 minutes. 20 minutes. They're also blocking our escape, which is kind of a problem, I'm not going to lie. Okay, that'll take 2 more 20 minutes. Okay. Do we have ordnance ready? Ordnance is now ready. Launch all squadrons. 11th, 13th. Fire. No, we're not fire. First off, join subfleet. We need these to hit. We really need these to hit. If these do not hit and do damage, then we are going to be forced to send in fighters again, which could either go really, really badly or really, really good. Join subfleet. All squadrons are joined up. Prepare to fire. We are firing at both vessels. Assign that to fleet. I'm going to assign the 002 to the other two. Well, not the 42. They have 42 of these vessels, which is terrifying to think about. If you think about it, 42. Assign that. Open fire fleet. Missiles are away. I'm not sure how many we have left at this point, missile-wise. We should have some, but not a lot. Transported items. We have 232, so we have 1 more salvo left, essentially. So we are running out of ammunition and we're running out of support. We need that other carrier strike group to arrive as soon as possible to relieve us. And this is feeling like the original situation in Groombridge, if anyone remembers back to that episode, when we were kind of locked into a corner. Okay, ordnance is on the way. Because if we can kill the escorts, we can murder the troop transports relatively easily. Without much fuss. We don't abort troop transports, that's a terrible idea. Okay, we've scored 28 hits out of 192. 4 penetrating. Okay, we're going to be forced then to... I'm not going to waste the last salvo. I'm going to send forward the interceptors. And I'm also going to send forward the destroyer escort squadron. You are going to head towards the contact. Interceptors, you're also going to head towards. Now, my hope is, due to that low speed from escort duty, that they will have a low chance to hit, which will allow our interceptors to deal with it. So our missiles should have opened up a wound that our interceptors should hopefully now be able to exploit out of our enemy. So, Ontario interceptors are on the way now. ETA 5 minutes. We're going to focus on those shade out MIPS classes. They're military vessels and they're pretty big. Destruction of them would allow us to kill the troop transports, as I said, which could destroy hundreds of thousands of tons of ground forces, which would be impressive enough for us. Okay, we are closing within distance. You are to follow the enemy. So we're going to go contact. You are to follow. We're going to do a range of 15,000 kilometers per second. I'm hoping that will reduce the chance of being hit. And then we are going to open fire on the shade out MAPE 001 as soon as we get within range. Actually, I'm just going to give the open fire order now, just so that as soon as they get within range, they open fire every weapon. Okay, we are closing within. 100,000 kilometers. We've not been fired upon yet. Okay, we took significant damage. 4 Ontarios down. We managed to penetrate. Components destroyed. Yeah, they're pretty damn accurate, aren't they? They must be turreted. Okay. I don't think this is worth it. We'll bring the destroyers in. We've lost 4 more of these. Move away, move away. Move! Why are you not moving? No, detach. Oh my god. Bloody hell. It's a lot of dead crew members. ETA for Destroyer. Destroyer should be here soon. We lost a lot of Ontarios there. That was definitely a mistake. We can't afford to just lose fighters like that. Okay. Hopefully, once the destroyers are in, we'll be able to shoot at them from a distance. Honestly, that's probably what I should have done originally. That was definitely a mistake by me to continue an engagement against them. Okay, I want you to follow the enemy target. So I'm going to tell the destroyers. First destroyer escort squadron. They don't seem to have missiles, which is definitely something that is very interesting to me. So we're going to follow. Minimum distance. I want a minimum distance of 60,000 kilometers. 60,000 away from the enemy vessels. Because we have the range advantage here with our 200mm guns compared to their probably 100mm. Okay, we are now within range. Open fire. Assign to fleet. Open fire, fleet. 11 shrink 2 impacts. 2 penetrating kits. Invalid target was out of range. Oh, I know why, because you have all the assign all. I'm gonna just unassign all these weapons. Assign to fleet. There we go. Okay, it takes us about 20 seconds to fire. Another hits. So yeah, we're just leading them, and then we're just firing our naval guns here, which is working out pretty well for us. Okay, we've damaged it to the point that it can't. Okay, 9 more hits. Focus on the other target now. So that is going to be the 42. Assign to fleet. Another hit. We're lowering our chance to hit here, but because we're within a range of 60,000 kilometers. Four more hits. We're starting to penetrate through though now. So we're just going to keep penetrating. 3 more hits. Armor hits though. More armor hits. More armor hits. But we're just going to keep this up because we're not being hit back. So we can just keep firing at them here with our longer range weapons. Okay, 2 armor hits there. Energy weapon impacts. We got penetrating hit there, which is good news. It's got a lot of armor. This bloody ship, this enemy ship here. Yeah, now it's starting to consistently get penetrating hits now. 2 more. Another one. Another penetrating hit. Armor hit. Armor hits. Penetrating hits. And yeah, we're continuing to impact as much as we can with our weapons. This is good training, I will admit, but I'm not sure these destroyers are going to get out. 12 armor hits. 13, 6 penetrating. 4 penetrating. 3 penetrating. 2. Okay, crossbow down, that's what it's called apparently. Enemy ship. We hit the secondary reactor. Now let's mop up the troop transports. Assign to fleet. Yeah, these won't have any defenses. So what we can do now is actually just also assign the fire controls. Assign directly to there. Assign that to fleet. And I'm going to order the fleet to move in towards the contacts. So we're going to follow. So yeah, now that we're following them, we can just begin to annihilate. So assign open fire fleet. Okay, 240 energy weapon impacts. Lot of hits, that. Lot of hits. 24 energy weapon impact hits. Okay, and it surrendered. Oh, that's fantastic news. What were you transporting, little troop transport? 3 infantry regiments. Oh, thank you, the lordy. You were transporting infantry regiments, were you? Where are they located? Thank you. And please, Norfolk class, Luna, Bay of Pupus, maybe boarding platoons. I would like to see my infantry regiments that I captured. No, I cannot see them yet. That is unfortunate. Well, let's make the other one surrender then. Let's not continue the fire. We don't want to do that. Open fire ourselves onto the other vessel. Assign to fleet. Energy weapon impacts. Energy weapon impacts. Is it not going to try and surrender? Is it not going to surrender? The amount of armor this thing must have. Holy God. Okay, these guys are not surrendering. Well, we destroyed them. And that means that we destroyed all the regiments that were on the vessel to begin with. Okay, there's a lot of lipods apparently. Contacts, there are still the Shaded Mount class vessel over there we'll have to go and deal with. So that's what we will do. I would like to know though, what kind of vessel, like what kind of ships are these? Let's start the armor, because this armor must be ridiculous. 13 layers of armor. Holy God, that's a lot. So yeah, this is a military vessel. And because of that, we actually didn't destroy all of its ion drives, so it still has ion drives available. Which is really funny to think about. But yeah, there's infantry regiments here, which shouldn't we capture? Shouldn't we take? I would think that we would be able to take them. Show ships. Bay of the Pupus. Okay, apparently not. So maybe we need to go put them down somewhere. You still have these vessels here menacingly waiting, which is kind of a problem. Anyway, let's finish off this this last vessel. Okay, moving within distance. It's very, very slow now. Actually, can we capture this? Let me think about that. Like, 4th carrier strike group. We do have a Quebec. Yeah, why not? We have boarding platoons. We do. Okay, detach. Load contacts. Fleets. Load ground forces. 21st. Take them towards the Maples. Attempt boarding. Go back to the carrier group. Yeah, go back to carrier group. Load 22nd. Head back. Attempt boarding. The destroyer escort squadron's duties is going to be to just rescue the survivors that do remain. So rescue, and then just rescue all the Interior B survivors as well, those that managed to eject out of their fighters. 47, 46, rescue, 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 and then we're also going to take the crossbow survivors as well. Okay, what's the ETA for that to get there? Apparently not very long. Oh yeah, we're gonna wait. We'll have to wait for that to occur. These guys will need a ceasefire order. Let's put them there. These destroyers are really paying their dividends, though. I will admit that. Rescue survivors. We got 4, 5, 6. Destroyer escort squadron completed operations. That's fantastic news. How many are you transporting? We're transporting 435 prisoners from the Kingdom of Boughton, which is quite the little bounty we've got ourselves. Okay, now we just wait here. Successfully repair the crew quarters, apparently. Okay. Oh, we apparently already boarded them. We go on our boarding. We killed 33 crew members. 42 crew members. Yeah, these Marines are just melting through the enemy. Penetrating. We boarded and secured the vessel. So what kind of vessel is this? I would like to know. The Shade-Out Maples class vessel. Escort cruiser. 12,400 kilometers per second. Twin Gauss cannons. Can we get this operational? Focus on the engines. The engines are the biggest priority. If we can get the engines repaired, then we can make use. After the engines, get the main weapons back online. Yeah, get the main weapons online. If we can get the main weapons online, then we can use this vessel actually in system for defensive purposes. Should still have MSP available? Yes, it does. It's been captured though, so that's always a bit of a problem. But we have successfully captured it, which is perfect. And I think that's when we'll leave the episode off. We have managed to fend off the enemies. We've taken losses, we've taken hits, but we've destroyed, nearly a dozen enemy vessels. We've stopped troop transports from moving into V-5318 Cygni, and we have captured a troop transport with infantry regiments on it. And I'd be interested if we could possibly unload those onto a planet, but I'm not sure what that would do. Either way, I'll see you guys next time. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Really does help me out. Feel free to join and become a member if you're interested. There's a load of perks you can get, and also it helps support me and keep me motivated to keep the channel going. Anyway, special thanks. Special thanks to all those members that do exist, though. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. And actually special thanks to Alter Ego 1101, King Stroza, Lewis Netto, Impassive 9001, Gravmania, Petite Renitio, Fishik, Alex Roberts, and Doodle SM. Thanks for your support. We're able to keep the channel going. And remember to claim your perks over on the Discord and through YouTube. Bye-bye.